Hey
What is up,
guys.
YouTube fam? We heading into another thing in the UK to familiarize ourselves. This is the UK bus system. So I'm curious because ours in the States is just it stop at little stops,
The Get Bus.
pick up a few people, take them to another stop, and they
Yeah.
have destinations. Ain't nothing too fancy. It's like a regular. Pretty sure y'all about to be advanced and have some stuff going on, but we about to find out. But before we do, if you new, hit that subscribe, like, notification bell, link to our other channels down below if you can't get enough of us.
These are London buses. There's some of around 9,000 in London. There's
Dang.
around 19,000 bus stops, and around 2 billion journeys are made on them every year.
Wow, 9,000?
Well, for starters, ours don't got an upstairs downstairs.
That's cool though. That's
Ours is
cool.
just a one single.
19,000 stops?
That's wild. That's a
Jeez.
single story.
What time does it stop running? Or what time does it start? Like, question is like
He
the
probably
hours.
I forgot what I was gonna ask. I wonder, do people in the UK, now that that's so many and so many people use it, I wonder, is this like the number one way of travel, like
Yeah.
New York? People take the
number
subway.
one transportation. Like, do people still drive technically?
And when I hear these kind of numbers, I can't help but wonder, how on earth does London keep track of all of these buses, and how does it know exactly where each one is?
A tractor?
Well, today we're going to journey through 5 problems that Transport for London and the rest of the UK
they
have
do
tried
that
to
regular
fix
internet.
in order to get to the bottom of why your bus is always late. This
Really?
video is sponsored by Brilliant. More on them later. The first issue was, where is the bus? Back in the day, before we had countdown boards, we had either timetables or bus frequency. These were based on when, theoretically, the bus would arrive if all went to plan. But as you may know, a few things in life go to plan, and passengers and operators wanted a better way of knowing where their bus actually was.
You know what? I'm not even mad at that. That's just another excuse for me to use. Boss, I'm gonna be late again. The bus, you know how I be. It ain't never on time. But y'all probably don't even trip though, because y'all get time off and stuff over there. So
Not even that. The bosses. I cannot talk today.
my bad, y'all.
The bosses probably take that too. So it's an understanding. Like, we know how the buses are. So in a
Yeah.
sense, we can't really get too anal about it.
Crazy.
But I hear you say it's 1992 and GPS tracking isn't really a thing yet. Well, let me introduce you to Countdown, the original bus tracking system. It worked like this. On lampposts, you put boxes known as roadside checkpoints. These broadcast a tiny signal with an ID. On buses, you put a receiver and a radio. Then when the bus drove past the lamppost, it detected the signal and radioed that to the control center, as well as a few select countdown boards at popular bus stops along the route. The bus was, to some extent, tracked, but this didn't solve the problem of the bus being late. In fact, knowing that your bus 4 minutes ago was 2 minutes away, in some cases made the bus seem later. In 2000, Transport for London took over management of the bus network, and while they didn't have a bus priority unit, they did start work on 2 things that would massively improve the service. The Oyster card, which you probably have heard of, and iBus, a very 2006 name that you probably haven't heard of. These would turn out to be smart fixes to 2 big problems. And if you like solving problems with smart solutions, well, that's what Brilliant, the sponsor of today's video, is all about.
I wonder, does our buses have a schedule? Like, I know they always had a time, like, oh, your bus arrival will be here.
Yeah.
But I wonder, does it have like their scan and let you know, like, oh, you're 2 minutes out or 3 minutes, or just have a time like 1:15, this bus will be here. I wonder, have we updated our system, or is it just basic? Oh, 3 o'clock maybe. And you're just waiting out there.
It just sucks because, like, when I used to ride the bus to college, and it used to be like, you would think it's gonna get here on time, so they gave you like a time frame of when it normally is supposed to come, and it sucks because it's like you have to be there within the hour it comes, because it's like it can be early and then you
So that's
miss
whack.
it, or if you be on time, you're there for a minute and it's late, and then you're just sitting there. So I've always like just had to, in a sense,
That's
be
why I
there
wonder,
early.
yeah.
But my mom at the time, well, she still does. My mom's backyard, like her behind her is like a main street, and I can see the bus stop from her backyard. So I will like peep over and be like, okay, you're still standing there. Okay, I'm you're still there. Like, the bus hasn't got there yet, so it would be easy. But
Yeah, now that I think about our stops, yeah, they probably at the main bus terminal, it probably has stuff where it say this time or late. But
oh,
at a regular
probably.
bus stop, heck no, you just out there. you better just notice its schedule probably, or they may have some app or something on your phone.
Probably nowadays. I mean, it's 2025.
They might have.
They probably have so much different more stuff now.
The second issue was, where is the bus stop? This sounds simple, but by the early 2000s we had computers. Passengers and operators knew where the bus stops were, but how were computers gonna know? What we really needed was a digital database of all of the bus stops. But some bus stops had multiple names and every operator used different formats. That's where the National Public Transport Access Nodes Database, or NAPTAN, and the Real-Time Information Group enter the picture. NAPTAN, which is also what you get if you fall asleep in the sun, gave each stop a unique code and exact coordinates, sort of like a postcode. Then the Real-Time Information Group created rules for storing this information. Not only did this lay the groundwork for bus tracking systems around the UK, it also enabled things like Citymapper to be able to tell you where your bus stop is and how long until your bus actually arrives. That sets the stage for us to tackle the big issue. The bus is delayed. See, even with bus lanes, buses were still getting stuck at red lights. So they came up with a system called selective vehicle detection. On buses, they put short-range transmitters, and on traffic lights, they put receivers. If a traffic light detected a bus, it could speed up or slow down a cycle to let the bus through sooner. It wasn't an instant green light, but it did help speed up journey times. In fact, TfL says combined with bus lanes, this speeds up journey times by up to 15%.
Okay. A bus lane? He's not a bus.
He said he getting in there.
He's not a bus. But that's actually good. I think the bus lane, like a bike lane, is great. And then also the fact of like the light, like I think that's actually pretty good. That's
what I'm hearing and learning from this video is y'all fixing it. Y'all not allowing problems just to linger on. Like, oh, the buses are late. Yeah, they still might be a little late, but we're on.
Fixing it.
Where us, no, they on strike every other year for wages. The employees. They never on time. They don't be having enough workers because it's union. It's a mess. It's always a mess with our busing system.
When you think about it, they have 9,000 buses.
Yeah,
that's 9,000 drivers.
We probably got 40. Like, to be honest, they probably ain't even nothing crazy.
I'm like,
and they be down here acting a fool every year. It's a strike for something, and they make good money. Like, our bus drivers make great money here, and every year it's a strike for more wages. They don't get paid enough. Like, y'all making a killing driving people around.
Yeah,
not a killing, but it's enough to be driving folks.
But this is crazy. I think this is pretty smart. Smart.
But as time went on, it became clear. Buses aren't trains. The existing system was more like train tracking, where you only know where your vehicle is when it passes a marker. But in reality, the bus system was integrated into a living, breathing network of movement around the city. But with the existing system, a bus passed the checkpoint and then went dark. You'd see the pre-programmed 2 minutes to go on the screen and then nothing until the next checkpoint. We were going to need something a bit more advanced. iBus. iBus added a whole load of new technology to every bus, including a GPS tracker which tracked live location via satellite, an odometer which measured distance travelled by counting the number of times the wheels on a bus go round and round, and a gyroscope which tracked direction of travel. All of this was put together, sent to TfL servers, and used to create an accurate estimate of where the bus was and how long it would realistically take for it to reach you. This technology also powers the automated onboard stop announcements, and it also means that TfL can see each bus on a screen and radio them to tell them to slow down or speed up to even out the service. But now we had a problem.
Again.
There's a lot going on. By this point, there's a lot of systems in use, and we've not even talked about diversions yet. In this day and age, when you can track your food delivery driver on a map, why isn't bus tracking up to the same standard? Introducing iBus 2. This is a massive £160 million upgrade, and without going into too much detail, they're swapping out all of the physical systems to make it easier to upgrade regularly. With this comes real-time traffic data from the buses ahead, so the system will actually learn from what's happening on the road. It'll also finally understand diversions better too, and be able to tell you about them on upgraded countdown displays, as well as on your phone. Smaller stops are going to get new e-ink displays, and the busy ones are going to get new full-colour LED displays. At the end of the day, London buses don't really run to a detailed timetable, and annoying as it is, on the road, delays are part of the deal. These systems are trying to make them less common and more bearable. Clever solutions to an unsolvable problem. I don't have an update on why the aircon doesn't work though.
I think also what doesn't help is the fact that, which is, I mean, I get it, safety reasons, but buses can only go so fast.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's like it's not gonna be there compared to a regular car. So I feel like that also plays a part of just, you know, being a slower vehicle. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, and then like I said, they just make honest, great corrections, and they still making corrections to this day.
Yeah,
I honestly think uh, with them, I was gonna say with them having so many buses,
buses.
do they have a bunch of stops? Like people constantly, going like it's like a good system. Like I think it's probably like a bunch of buses
Like
going.
in a
You
sense, can
constantly
you travel around the whole
probably
area
that's what I'm
in a bus?
saying.
Yeah.
So
Because
that's a
some
good thing.
buses don't go certain like lengths and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, you still gotta walk this way, or you still
Yeah,
gotta drive over there. Like, so my thing is like that. That's a good question. Great question.
I would think that would be good too. I mean, I know it has its pros and cons. People want to drive, but I just don't know why a lot of like like towns or cities or whatever you want to call it, states don't jump on board with a system like a lot of these places, like New York. Subway trains. They're probably
Taxis.
taxis, which is probably done now with Uber and all that out. Um, but I know they advanced in adding Uber and Lyft and all that stuff to drive people around, but what's stopping like our places of having a busing system or something? Like I know we can't create a
Money.
underground train tunnel or nothing like that.
Money. That's all it is.
Yeah,
They don't want to spend the
why
money.
not make
I mean,
public
look if they tried doing the train and look at the train how long it's taking.
yeah, why not make public transportation easier for the people? Like imagine, so put it this way, the way I would see it, the pros for me, I would think people who work who don't drive or can't get around. Like you open up opportunities for other people to be able to travel and get to their work destinations, get to where they need to get, school, college students who
Mm-hmm.
can't not driving because they paying their tuitions and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
just make it easier for them. And I feel like our system, at least our busing system, is not created for none of that. I feel like a lot of people waiting around, wasting time for our busing system. Really, you probably got to be at work at 4, and you got to get on this bus at 2, arrive at
You're
3,
better off walking to work.
wait an hour. You need wait an hour. So I feel like it could be better. Why
Mm-hmm.
not learn from systems like this? But like you
Definitely.
said, money plays a part. A lot of places don't want to invest in crap and make life easier. I suggest cause I wouldn't mind not driving one day and be like, hey, man, let's just the subway. Like, boom, let's go to the
But
store.
then there's Uber and Lyft for that.
But yeah, you might as well drive yourself at that point. That's what I mean. Like you paying the Uber driver what?
Yeah, true.
$15 to take you up the street. I get my own car for that. That's the whole point. I think you defeat it with the bus because you'll pay what $1.25 fee, whatever, $20. You
Mm-hmm.
go boom, boom, back. You
True.
say, so I don't know. Just wanted to throw that out there. Thought I'd throw a little discussion in the comment section, like conversating with y'all. But if you travel on the UK system, busing system, let
Let
us
us
know how it
know
is.
how is it.
Does it work good for you to keep you from driving, saving money? Is it a save some money doing it?
Mm-hmm.
We
Do
like
you
to
still
know
have a
that.
car?
Right. And we'll see y'all on the next one.